इन महिलाओं को जो हमारे गांव खेड़ों में, जो हमारे दूर दराज के इलाकों में रहती हैं, उनको एक सस्टेनेबल लाइवलीहुड से जोड़ा जाए। एक चीज़ जो हमेशा से मिसिंग रही वो था टेक्नोलॉजिकल इंटरवेंशन।
This realization that there is a rather large gap between the innovation and the end customer, and it was very important to address this gap. The Powering Livelihoods Program was started nearly 2.5 years back by two organizations, Will Grow Innovations Foundation and CEEW, primarily with the purpose of helping innovators create strong and sustainable business models, provide them with financial assistance, technical assistance, mentoring, go-to-market support, connections to financial partners and so on, which would then help them to take the innovations to the public, who could then use them to build and create livelihoods.
One of the ways in which we were able to include a gender lens into the Powering Livelihoods program was to be able to understand from our portfolio companies what are the number of customers that are actually women.
70% of the workforce associated with dairy are women.
We've also found that the women are usually the ones who are more open to new ideas compared to the other men in the community.
They too began to see that in fact a substantial percentage of their customers were women, and that really enabled us to design business strategies particularly aimed at women.
Right from the beginning, we were on the lookout for strong partnerships to help us achieve the objectives of this program. One thing we should realize is that a lot of the innovators in this field are small organizations. They don't really have a large field presence which covers a vast country like India, and therefore to take these innovations to the field, one needs to have partners who have a deep reach, especially in rural sectors, and this is where the GTM partners came in.
I think through Will Grow we got in touch with Hydro Greens, with Devdayal Solar, with Raija Solar, and we're trying to see if these products can be moved through an existing network in rural areas, which is the shops, the Nikena stores, FPOs, any of these.
One of the challenges we encountered was how do we actually get women to understand the product, to have a look at the product.
So I think bridging that gap is extremely difficult. You have to go to that extent where they have to experience the product and its benefits to realize that what you're saying is true.
We started working with our go-to-market partners to go on ground, identify such women-led institutions and go about setting up the trade activation event.
Over 3 months, we had 8 trade activation events, and this was in small towns and villages in UP, Bihar, Rajasthan and Karnataka. Totally, we had about 1,200 women attend these events.
We had chosen the geographies in such a way that there were active partners, go-to-market partners in these areas, and therefore, whatever were the interest levels generated in these activation events, that interest could be captured by our partners and converted into leads and then into sales.
Farmers taluk headquarters like arrange ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದೇ ಕಡೆ ಕರೆದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ಗಳಿಗೂ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಅವರಿಗೆ ರೀಚ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ರೂರಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್ಗಳಿರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಜನರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್.
We saw that this is a great way of reaching to a whole new community, to a geography in a very local, very in a non-intrusive kind of way, where we will be able to interact with a large number of local women, which is very difficult to get a platform like that anywhere.
So many of our partners, through the medium of these events, these trade activation events, understood how the selling of these products have to be done. They understood the nature of collective organizations and how to target these collectives, which are really now the backbone of the Indian agriculture sector.
Now we supported them for these trade activation events through gender inclusive marketing collaterals they can use during the event, offered discounts of about 20%, especially on sales made on that day for women, and even up to 80% in some cases, where women came forward to become demo champions and marketing agents for certain products.
trade activation events will continue to be a very critical part of Powering Livelihood strategy even as we go forward. So far we have uncovered small number of geographies, small number of go-to-market partners, but I think this will become a very important tool to make awareness at scale and to really energize the market, to ignite the demand for these livelihood appliances that are powered by decentralized renewable energy.